Grow Your English Daily. I'm Emily, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. And with me, as always, is our wonderful teacher, John. Hi, John.
Hi, Emily. It's great to be back and talk to all our amazing listeners. I'm really looking forward to our topic today.
Me too, John. Today, we're talking about something I know many of our listeners feel. Have you ever felt nervous to speak English? Like really, really shy? Maybe you know the words, but when it's time to speak, you feel a little bit scared? Your heart beats faster? You're not alone if you feel this way. Many, many people feel this way. It's a very common feeling for English learners. And that's okay, because today we're going to help you overcome that feeling. We're going to talk about how to overcome the fear of speaking English.
That's right, Emily. It's a very common challenge, and it's totally normal to feel that way. Today, we'll give you some simple, practical tips to start practicing your English speaking every single day. We want to help you feel more confident, more relaxed, and more ready to use your English in real life. We want you to feel good about speaking. We want you to enjoy speaking. And we want to help you make speaking a regular part of your daily routine. So stay with us because we have a lot of good things to share.
Yes, absolutely. And before we dive in, please remember to like this episode, leave a comment with your questions or your own tips, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to Grow Your English Daily so you don't miss any of our helpful episodes. Your support means a lot to us. It really helps us to keep making these podcasts for you. So please take a moment to click those buttons. It helps us reach more learners just like you all around the world. We want to help as many people as possible. So John, let's start with the big question. Why do you think so many people, especially beginners, feel this fear when it comes to speaking English? Why is it so scary for them? What makes them nervous to speak? What are the common reasons you hear from your students?
That's a fantastic question, Emily. It's something I hear about all the time. There are a few main reasons. First, many people are afraid of making mistakes. They think, oh no, if I say something wrong, people will laugh at me or they will think I'm not good at English. This fear of making errors is a very big one. It stops many people from even trying to speak. They want to be perfect. They want to say every word correctly. They want to use perfect grammar. But that's a very high goal, especially when you are just starting. It's a lot of pressure on yourself. Another big reason is embarrassment. People feel shy. They don't want to sound strange. They worry about their accent or their pronunciation. They think, my English doesn't sound like a native speaker, and then they feel bad. They compare themselves to others. And finally, some people just feel like they don't know enough words, enough vocabulary, or enough grammar rules. They think, I don't have enough English in my head to have a conversation, so they stay silent. All these thoughts are very common, Emily, very common indeed. But it's important to remember that everyone, and I mean everyone, makes mistakes when learning a new language. Even native speakers make mistakes in their own language sometimes. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are a part of learning. They are how you get better. They are like steps on a ladder. Each mistake helps you climb higher.
Wow, John, that makes so much sense. The fear of mistakes and embarrassment is so real. I felt that myself many times. So, for someone listening right now, someone who feels that fear, what's the very first, very simple step they can take to start overcoming this? What's the easiest thing to do right now, today, to begin? Where do we begin this journey to speak more confidently? Give us an easy start, please.
Okay, the very first step is to start small, very small. My number one tip for beginners is to simply speak to yourself. Yes, that's right. Speak to yourself in English. When you are alone, talk to yourself. You can describe what you are doing. For example, say, I am making coffee now, or I am walking to the kitchen, or I am opening the window. You can describe what you see around you. This is a red cup. Or, the sky is blue today. Or, I see a big tree outside. This helps you get used to hearing your own voice speak English. There's no one else listening, so there's no pressure, no fear of mistakes, no one to judge you. It's just you and your English. It's a safe space to practice. This simple action helps build your confidence slowly but surely. It makes speaking English feel more natural for you. It's a powerful way to start. Also, you can try recording yourself speaking. Use your phone. Just talk for 30 seconds about your day or what you plan to do. Then listen back. You don't have to show it to anyone. It's just for you. This helps you hear how you sound and identify areas you might want to improve later. But for now, just practice speaking freely to yourself. It's a super effective way to begin. This step is about getting comfortable with the sound of your own voice speaking English. It's about reducing that internal fear, that feeling of being shy. So, speak to yourself. Describe your day. Describe what you see. Describe what you feel. It's your personal English practice gym.
That's a brilliant idea, John. Speaking to myself sounds like a perfect way to start without any pressure. I can totally do that. But what about daily practice? You mentioned practicing daily. How can we make English speaking a daily habit, especially when our lives are already so busy? What are some practical tips to fit it into our everyday routine, even for just a few minutes? Because many of us have busy jobs, busy families, and not a lot of extra time. How can we fit English speaking into our lives easily?
Excellent point, Emily. Consistency is key, and it doesn't need to take a lot of time. The trick is to integrate English into your existing daily routines. Instead of finding extra time, use the time you already have. For example, when you're getting ready in the morning, describe your actions. I am brushing my teeth. I am putting on my shirt. When you're cooking, name the ingredients. This is an onion. This is a tomato. Talk about the steps. First, I cut the onion. Then I fry it. When you're commuting, instead of just listening to music, you could repeat sentences from an English podcast or a song. Try to say them out loud, even softly. If you see something interesting, describe it in your head or whisper it. That's a beautiful car. The weather is nice today. Even thinking in English for a few minutes each day counts as practice. Ask yourself simple questions and answer them. What will I eat for dinner? I will eat pasta. What do I need to do today? I need to go to the shop. These small moments add up. You're using English in a real context, which makes it more meaningful and easier to remember. You're not just studying, you're living in English for small parts of your day. So look for those small gaps in your day, those small moments, and use them for English. It might be only 1 minute, or 2 minutes, or 5 minutes. But if you do it every day, those minutes will really add up and help you improve so much.
Those are fantastic tips, John. I love the idea of using the time we already have. It makes it feel less like a chore and more like a natural part of the day. But speaking to myself and thinking in English is great for building confidence. What about finding actual people to speak with? Sometimes we need to use our English with others. How can our listeners find partners to practice speaking English with, especially if they don't have many English speakers around them? Where do they look? Are there good places to find people to talk to? What should they do to find practice partners?
That's the next natural step, Emily, and it's a very important one. After you feel a little more comfortable speaking to yourself, you need to find opportunities to speak with others. One of the best ways is through online language exchange apps. There are many apps where you can connect with people from all over the world. You teach them your native language, and they help you practice English. It's a win-win situation, meaning everyone benefits. Look for apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky. These apps are specifically designed for language exchange, and you can find partners who are eager to learn and help. Another idea is to join online English communities or forums. Many websites and social media groups are dedicated to English learners. People there are often looking for practice partners. You can start by typing messages and then maybe move to voice calls when you feel ready. Also, consider local options if they exist. Check if there are any English conversation clubs or meetup groups in your city or town. Libraries or community centers sometimes host them. The key is to find a supportive environment, people who are also learning or who understand that mistakes are part of the process. Don't be afraid to try. Start with text messages, then maybe short voice notes, and then move to full conversations. Take small steps, just like with speaking to yourself. Finding a good partner who is patient and encouraging can make a huge difference in your speaking journey. Remember, everyone started somewhere. Be brave and take that step to connect with others. It's a big step, but it's very rewarding.
That's so helpful, John. Online apps and communities sound like a great way to find partners without even leaving home. What if, even after all these tips, someone still feels very shy? What if the fear is still there when they try to speak with others? How do they push through that feeling? What's the secret to keep going even when it's hard? Sometimes that shyness just doesn't want to go away, right? It can feel really stuck inside you. What's the mindset for that?
That's a very real feeling, Emily, and it's okay if that shyness doesn't disappear immediately. It really does take time, and honestly, that's perfectly normal. The most important thing here, I think, is to really try to shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on absolute perfection, try to focus completely on communication. Your goal, ultimately, isn't to speak English perfectly. Your goal is simply to make yourself understood. And if you can communicate your message, even if it's with a few little mistakes along the way, you have absolutely succeeded. So celebrate that. Don't let the fear of sounding bad ever stop you from sounding good enough, right? Remember that even a simple "hello, how are you" is a huge success if you manage to say it out loud. Also, and this is so important, be kind to yourself through this whole journey. Learning a language is truly a marathon, not a sprint. There will definitely be good days, and then there will be those challenging days too. On those challenging days, just take a moment and remind yourself why you even started learning English in the first place. Think about your big goals. Maybe it's for travel, or for work opportunities, or for making new friends, or honestly, just for fun. Keep those powerful motivations firmly in mind. And finally, celebrate every single small win, no matter how tiny it feels. Did you manage to say a new sentence today? Great, that's a win. Did you understand a question and answer it, even if it was with some difficulty? Fantastic. Every little step forward you take, that's a victory. Don't, for goodness sake, compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Everyone learns at their own unique pace. Just keep trying, keep speaking, even when it's just a little bit. That consistency and that positive mindset will, I promise you, eventually make that shyness much, much smaller. You are doing great just by trying. Every single word you speak is a victory. It's a clear step forward. You are learning, and genuinely, that is what matters the most.
Wow, John, those are truly powerful and frankly incredibly comforting words. Focusing on communication, not perfection, and being kind to yourself, that's something we all need to remember, not just in language learning, right? It's really impactful. So, as we start to wrap up what's been an absolutely fantastic and helpful episode today, I'm wondering what's one final, really strong, perhaps the most crucial piece of advice you'd give to our listeners? Something that will truly help them overcome that nagging fear of speaking and genuinely encourage them to practice daily. What's the main takeaway, the big, big message for them?
My final, strongest piece of advice, Emily, and I really want everyone to hear this, is incredibly simple. Just start and just keep going. Seriously. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because you know what? You might actually never feel 100% ready. The absolute best way to get ready is by actually doing it, by jumping right in. Make daily practice a truly non-negotiable part of your day, even if it's only for 2 minutes. Think of it kind of like brushing your teeth. You don't question if you'll brush your teeth in the morning or before bed, right? You just do it. Make speaking English, even if it's just to yourself in the mirror, just as automatic. The more you speak, the less scary it becomes. The more you speak, the more natural it feels. It truly does. And the more you speak, the more confident you will absolutely become. Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. A little bit of practice every single day is much, much better, infinitely better actually, than a whole lot of practice just once a week. You can totally do this. I know you can. Every spoken word, truly every single one, is a step towards your bigger goal. So keep practicing, keep speaking. You are amazing.
Thank you so much, John, for all these wonderful, practical, and honestly very inspiring tips. Our listeners definitely have a clearer path now to start overcoming their fear of speaking, don't they? So remember, everyone, to summarize those key takeaways. Just start, speak to yourself, use your daily routines, find partners if you can, and absolutely focus on communication, not perfection. You really can do it. Thank you for joining us on Grow Your English Daily. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, share this episode with a friend, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss out. We genuinely love hearing from you and seeing your progress. We truly hope this episode helps you feel more confident and empowered in your English journey. Keep practicing daily, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye for now.
Bye everyone, and remember, keep growing your English daily.